Hey fam, what's up? So I am inside the beautiful Exodus house, um, trying to get some work done. I am so tired, but I wanted to do this live um, so that I can show you all the stuff that we have been up to. So yes, um, we are having an investors meeting this evening at 9 p.m. Eastern, and it's a Zoom meeting. It's not a free meeting. Um, there are some investors who already know what we're doing. There are some people who have contacted me before, and I email them. So this meeting this evening is a private meeting, and there is a small donation fee for attending this meeting because this is valuable information, and I'm not giving myself away anymore. So this is what's going on right now. Um, we spent this whole week trying to get all the proper things that we need. Hey, to POA. We spent this week trying to get all the proper documentation to do uh, what we need to take full advantage of this opportunity. So I'm walking back now to the shed to check on the progress. And from here, it looks kind of tiny. I'm walking through the woods. Um, but anyway, how are y'all doing out there? Can you say, tell me hi, tell me what's going on with you, with your life? What's going on now? What's good? What are your plans? How are you taking this 2022? How is it working out for you? Um, my hands have gotten full really quickly. I was very, clear and cognizant about what I wanted to accomplish this year. And lo and behold, an opportunity fell into my lap and literally fell into my lap. And I have to respond to this opportunity. So I'm walking back in the woods, and the drying shed is, I don't see the fundi, but it looks kind of small, but it is the proper area, I think. Let me turn it around and see. So let me just turn it around. So we're setting up a drying shed for our process, right? And this kind of looks smaller than 10 by 20. This looks like 10 by 10. This is supposed to be 10 by 20. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. This is 10 by 12. This is not 10 by 20. So yeah, we have set up our framework. So the fundi is supposed to come and finish the roof, and then so we can get the mechanisms, because the difference between us and what other people are doing on the market is this is like right at our doorstep. So it's not like something that we can just go out and buy. And I think one of the benefits of this is that people can tell that this is wild stuff. It's not dredged up off of anywhere. So it's hand harvested, and for our process to pass the regulations, there has to be a process. They have to see a process. So we are responding to what needs to be done in order to acquire what we need to move this forward. So this is a huge, huge, huge opportunity um, for us, for me, and I'm gonna give it a shot and give it all I got. And I'm pretty good at marketing. As I said before, I had a trade app where I had to do deep market research. And in my professional career, I worked in business development. And so if it comes down to finding a market for this stuff, it's a no-brainer. All I need to do is have all the documentation and all the things that I need to take this to where it can go, right? And so this is the framework of the drying station. So it's not like something spectacular, but still, I mean, it costs something, and I appreciate the supporter who got us here to where we needed to be to act quickly so that we could respond what to what we needed to do, right? So framework of the drying station, they poured cement down there. It don't look like what I thought it would be. It's 10 by 12, not 10 by 20. It looks like they cleared the area and then just went in. Maybe, I don't know if they ran out of material or what, but it's not supposed to be this small. But in any event, it's gonna have to do what it do until it can do some more. So that's the thing. So it needs to be dried a certain way in order to get it to being packaged a certain way. So I'm doing these so people can have an idea of our full process. That um, it's one thing if we were like the middle man, or we had to go to someone and we don't know their process. We don't know like how they dry it, how well they take care of it, how well they pay attention to the nutrient quality. And as someone who experienced health issues and I was dependent on the same kind of sea moss, honey, bee pollen, propolis, and natural foods. Um, I was dependent on that kind of stuff, so I have to take care of every single step of the way to make sure that the entire process is carried out properly. So yeah, so I'm looking to get this to where it needs to be, and yeah, I'm looking for supporters, investors, uh, who are, you know, uh, who have an understanding of what I'm looking to do and who understand supply chain, whether that is in packaged consumer goods, whether that's in distribution, whether that's in the importer, from the importer's uh, perspective. Yeah, because being all the way over here in East Africa, it has its benefits and it has its setbacks, right? So it's not like I can, ship things as fast and easily as I would like. So before I roll this ball into other hands and seek help from other places that may be willing to help, I'm going to roll it into your hands, and y'all can take this opportunity and run with it. You've been with me for a while, so you understand uh, what I'm looking to do. You know, um, you've seen most of the process, right? So at least you have an idea of where things come from and what can be done, right? So that's the shed. We're out here in the woods and we're gonna walk to the beach. It's a beautiful day. It was a beautiful day. So 9 p.m. Eastern time, I'm gonna be hosting a Zoom meeting. 9 p.m. Eastern time. If you'd like to attend this meeting, please email me xodusafrica1@gmail.com. xodusafrica, the numeral 1 @gmail.com, and let's work together to realizing this amazing opportunity, right? You know me, I'm not going to half step and I'm not going to miss a beat. If it's an opportunity, I want to take advantage of it while I got it, right? And as it is now, it can't harvest itself. It's not drying itself. It's not shipping itself. Good day, Advi. How are you? Yeah. So that these funds for operations are coming out of my pocket, and yeah. So right now we have an all hands on deck operation, and just trying to keep up with the availability of it. Like I said, sometimes it's here, sometimes it's not. Whew, there you go. So in due time, you know, we'll be able to hire people to uh, to do this process of the drying, the turning, the sanding, the packaging. This is a whole entire opportunity in and of itself, right? And like I said, I have gone out to the necessary officials to get all that I need to do all that I need to do, and everything is favorable. So don't worry so much about that. And I know some people had raised concerns about if I'm getting choppy. I'm walking to the beach. My apologies. So some people had raised concerns about the sea moss being sandy because it's hand harvested. You know, all sea moss is hand harvested. Well, sorry, it's sandy, right? So beautiful day. The moon is coming. You can see how beautiful and clean and calming the ocean is, right? It's fantastic to be here. There is so much healing and so much prosperity and so much opportunity here. I know it's probably cold where you are, but here in Dar es Salaam, here at the Exodus House, it is simply, simply, simply beautiful. And I would like as many of you who can come to take advantage of the opportunity and the connectivity and the connections that we have here, right? So it's a gorgeous day. The beach is beautiful. I want to walk out there, but I don't want to walk because the wind is so strong. And I know it gets very choppy. So I'm going to walk back now to the house and then turn it that way. Yeah. Yes. So let me go on the cliff. So there it is, y'all. The Exodus house. Aren't y'all coming anymore? If you're gonna stay in America, jump on this. Jump on the purple. jump on the purple sea moss bandwagon. If you're gonna stay there, jump on that. If you're coming, come on through to the Exodus house, right? And don't worry about this stuff. It will be gone in a few days, right? But look at this. Look at this. Let me show you. Check that out. I'm gonna raise this up so you can see the sunset. There you go. So that's the sun setting on the Exodus house, at the Exodus house. Our flowers have gone to sleep for the evening. We have planted these a week ago in the bed, and they've gone to sleep. So if you're interested in partnering, investing, importing, any stage of the process, please email me, exodusafrica1@gmail.com. Let me just read it here because I know it's windy. Right? And like I said, it is not going to be a free presentation. The reason being, it is a lot of research, a lot of work, a lot of information, and I have had the experience last year where I provided similar, Zoom meetings, deeply researched to support the diaspora activities, and give a lot of legal framework and deeply researched work, and I can say that a lot of people don't really get that for me to do the work that I do takes time from me or my kid or something else that I could be doing that is financially beneficial to me. And so for me to provide research and provide any kind of information, it will no longer be free because people don't value what is free, right? People think, oh, she just did this in her spare time. She has nothing to do. And so, it's like a waste of time, as I would say. But I value my time, and I value what I have to offer, and I value the information that I'm providing. And I will not be providing this information as I did in the past so that people can take this information and try to do something else other than what we're provided, we're asking for. So as you can tell, I've been through a lot. And I don't want to go through no more. Right? So if you're interested in investing, moving this viable product into the marketplace where it can get the most bang for the buck, then go ahead, email me. If you're interested in coming to the Exodus house, go to xodushousc.com. Why is there a cat under here? Right? So you can see this is no fly by night. My uncle said, no fly by night, no pitch by day. We're about it all the way. All right, there we go. So imagine the first time you come to Africa, this is your space. Yeah. All right. This is your welcome to the continent. Yeah, don't let anyone fool you. There's no welcome wagon. There is no special anything for you for making this 400-year trip of your ancestors. This is it. All right. and the smiling mama. Okay, so I think these rooms are enough, but I was in the minister working on preparing my presentation for this evening. So I'm here. But let me just give you all a word before I go. Uh-oh, I didn't turn off the light. There we go. Okay. So I'm finally sitting down. It feels like I haven't sat down all day. But let me give you all a word. Many of you watched me for probably about a year and a half. And you've seen me do some incredible things. But I'm going to tell you, none of this comes without work. Vision, doing, understanding your goal, and working towards your goal. Okay? I set out 2022 knowing that 2022 could not be like 2021, where I overextended myself, where I had to put myself in a position that I was taking away from what my needs were and focusing on the needs of the unit, the community, the group, okay? And some people would call that Ubuntu, right? Which is a Bantu word for community, for I am because you are, or I am because we are, right? And not a lot of people who I was looking to build Ubuntu with even knew what a spirit of community looked like. And so when I encountered those people, it was like a clash of cultures between coming from the West and an abuse culture, and then coming to a place where people are looking to develop community and I care for you, you care for me. And not everyone is on the same page or is on the same wavelength. So I know that starting 2022, I could not continue to do what I did in 2021, right? And it doesn't mean that I'm away from or I'm moving away from my spirit of Ubuntu. It's just doing what I do differently and doing what I do in a different way and working towards what fulfills me, which is knowing that being a blessing in someone's life is fulfillment, right? Being able to have this house, have the Exodus house, and have a place where people can come to is a blessing to those people who come here who understand, right? So it's not even to say, okay, it's a hotel, right? Because there are things that you can do at the Exodus house that you cannot do in a hotel. You can't do laundry in a hotel, and that costs. You can't cook your own meals in a hotel, and that costs. So when someone looks at our pricing and goes, well, that's more expensive than the hotel. Yes, because in a hotel, you don't have the same kind of facilities and the same kind of environment and the same kind of home space and the same kind of welcome space. And I cannot price my property to be equivalent to a place where you don't have access to laundry, or you don't have access to make your own meals, or you don't have access to do certain things, because those things add up and they cost far more than what the small increments that I would put on a hotel. Okay, and so it's important that people understand that when I establish this space, it is not even necessarily just for you to say, I've established this place for you. I also establish it for me, in that it makes me feel good to know that I'm answering a question to where am I going to go when I go to Africa? What am I going to do when I get to Africa? How am I going to do it? And I don't know anyone in Africa, because I know that that was a very big part of my prohibition to coming to the continent. And so establishing this helps me to answer those parts of my soul and my being, right? And so when I see people in the space, I feel a sense of fulfillment, a sense of accomplishment, that I've done something productive with my life. Because look at, I could have used my resources elsewhere that were beneficial to just me and myself, right? And to me, that was not enough. It wasn't enough. To me, when I see Black celebrities who make billions of dollars and they do nothing, to me, that's not enough. But I learned also that I have to take care of me as well. I have to take care of me, my needs, my household, my family, my child, before I can think of taking care of others, because there's no one else who will take care of me. There is, the opinion or the ideas is that, oh, she has this big house and she's fabulous and everything is going on well and blah blah blah. That is the face of things, right? But the operations of this place, the responsibility of this place, so many, and I arrive at a place where I am not scratching from reservation to reservation because I've spent this money doing this or paying that person, or I'm trying to keep up with this or keep up with that. When I've arrived beyond that space is where I feel like I can do more. And so now I have to focus squarely on the things that are necessary and important to myself and my family. Because if I can't take care of JoJo, no one is going to take care of her. If I can't pay my employees, no one, I can't turn to anyone for help, right? If I can't feed myself, no one is going to come and feed me. Hi, Catherine. How are you, love? Good morning. So, for me, this opportunity that I have now, like I said, when I went into 2022, I came in here with a whole different mindset. I know how to do what I know how to do, which is business development. I come from a strong media background. I'm ready, charged, gun ho, ready to run back into that full force. And, you know, the opportunity presented itself for this CMOS. And I am jumping at it with full force, as I did with this house. When I got this house, I was I was in film school. And I slowly had to change direction and accept that there was a new thing to respond to, right? And I responded to it, and it turned out to be a magnificent blessing. I mean, no one can say that this is not a beautiful place, and I did not put in the time and energy and effort into an abandoned building to make this into something that people could feel welcome in. Okay. And so my energy now is taking this industry in Tanzania, on mainland Tanzania, and kind of reviving it to where it could be and where it should be and where it can be. And I don't do things small, and I don't do things haphazardly, and I don't do things uncommitted, right? Thank you, Eveline. How are you? Yes, and I don't do things uncommitted. And I am definitely 110% committed to seeing this go where I know it can go, right? Coming from a background of business development, I've spent, after I developed my trade app, I spent some time in China, looking at their import market, looking at their entire value chain and how to purchase things. I spent time in Dubai, the same way of finding out how to import things and distribute things to Europe through the Middle East, and I know exactly what buttons to press and what numbers to call to get this industry to where it needs to go, right? So I'm talking about doing a Zoom meeting this evening, tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern time. And I'm giving you this sit down here talk because if you listen to me from the end of the year up until the beginning, the first 2 weeks of the year and the last weeks of 2021, you got some really sage and sound advice on entrepreneurship, business development, understanding yourself, knowing what you need to do next, how to focus on yourself and how to build yourself and establish yourself. And guess what? All that talk, we're moved quickly into the practical. Okay? You've seen me demonstrate this from the theory to the practical one time, and you're going to see this again. You're going to see this again. So this Zoom meeting is for investors this evening. There is a charge for the Zoom meeting. I have to make sure that I'm not providing solid research and information to people who would take that information and do otherwise with it. Okay? So I want to make sure of that. You can't be sure of that, but I'm not going to do it for free. Yeah, I'm just not going to do that anymore. So while you are looking into your next steps, think about your value. Think about your all the things that you develop inside of yourself. Think about your courage and think about your know-how, because I'm not nor have I ever been able to accomplish anything without courage and first trusting myself that I put enough in myself that I can respond to and react intelligently to any opportunity that presents itself. Okay, if you go back to the channel, the beginning of the channel, I said I would never have set foot on a plane and come all the way to Africa with a child where I know no one if I did not know myself, if I did not believe in myself. So you have to establish a relationship with yourself, that you know yourself well enough, right? Thank you, love it. Yes, you know yourself well enough. You know yourself well enough. You know what you've put into yourself. You know what you've done with what's available to you, right? And you don't have to be doing anything big and showing up and showing out for the whole world to see. You can just be doing things in the small way that make a difference to your life, and you're a rainbow in the cloud for somebody else, right? That's all. That's all you need to do in life, is just little by little be positive towards other people and positive towards yourself and positive towards your goals. That's all you have to do. But first, you have to have some goals. You have to set some goals, and you have to set yourself to establishing your goals, no matter what. I know I look tired. I'm hella tired. I'm beyond tired. I have a splitting headache that runs up the side of my head from here all the way back tired. But I ain't got no time for that. I'm here to rob my grave. Okay, can you imagine if at any point in time, it's a certainty that we're all going to die. That's a fact. Okay, so and you have to make the best of anything that you have available to you at any time, and you just keep going forward until you get what you need to get you to where you need to go. Okay, that's what it's about, right? You can do so much with what you have. You don't know it, you don't see it, but you have to be hungry for an opportunity, look for an opportunity. Imagination and curiosity is what builds this world, right? Everything that you can see and think and touch was first conceived in someone's mind. Think about that. If you're sitting on a chair right now, someone thought it up. That means that you can think up something. I thought up this chair that I'm sitting on. I thought it up. I thought it, I designed it, I gave it to the guy, and he made it. The seashell bed I'm looking at, I thought it up. I thought it, I designed it, I gave it to the guy, and he made it in the color that I chose. So in this painting, this was in someone's mind. Maybe it was a scene he saw and he decided to paint it, right? That was first in someone's mind. The vehicle you drive was first in someone's mind. And it could first be in many people's mind. I remember when I was about 12, I had a revelation, and it was just like, whoosh, it changed my entire outlook on the world. So I was in Jamaica, and I was getting on a bus. And I got in the bus, and I sat in the bus, and something, I don't know what hit me, but something like the entire bus came together in my mind all at once. That before there was such a thing as a bus, someone had created the engine that would run the bus. Someone else created the windows. Someone else at different stages in time, and it just hit me, it just like knocked the wind out of me. And I sat there for a few minutes just processing the thought that came to me, that all the things that comprised that bus was developed at different points in time in history by different people and then collected into one fantastic machine, right? And I was about 12, and I never looked. My head hurts. I never looked at the world the same way after that. Mm-mm. I never looked at anything the same way after I came to that revelation, because it gave me a place in space and time, because I too was participating in this invention, this collection of human ingenuity was happening, and I was able to sit and participate in the collection of so many thoughts and ideas. Someone had a mathematical, idea for what height the bus was going to be. Someone had an idea for a wheel, a thing called a wheel. We're going to put some air in it, and you're going to affix it to an axle by these bolts and these nuts. And the bolts and the nuts themselves were one person's thought. The axle was one person's thought. The wheel was one person's thought. The steel itself was one person's thought. The engine was one third person's thought. The steering wheel was one person's thought. And, that kind of like made me realize that I had a space and a place in time, because whatever it is that I decided to create now will live on after I'm gone, and someone else will be able to make use of that which I came up with, right? Okay, Makadada, thank you. Yes, so let me put my email address back here. Okay, like I said, it's not a free meeting, y'all. It's market research, it's valuable information, and I am not going to just give it away just like that. It's an opportunity to participate in an industry that does need energy, strength, and power behind it, right? And so what I was saying was, what we participate in now is setting up the next thing for the future. So you must be of use and of value to yourself and others. That is your purpose as human beings. That is your purpose in human life, to be of value, use, and purpose. So when people say, "No, nobody can use me," or blah blah blah, if no one can use you, you're useless. If no one can use you, you are useless. But abuse is something completely different from being useful. Okay, and so you have to know the difference and understand where the balance is and where the boundaries are and where you fit into that whole entire sphere of things, right? And so make yourself useful to other people, make yourself valuable to yourself, and make a mark on humanity. Give people something 20, 30 years from now that they can go back to and say, wow, I'm able to benefit from this because someone 30 years ago did that. Blow a 12-year-old's mind. Like how somebody blew my mind, right? Let me see. Uh, okay, good. All right. Thank you, Makita. Yes. So blow someone's mind. I mean, it doesn't cost anything to be nice. It doesn't cost anything to be friendly. It doesn't cost anything to give a kind word. It doesn't cost anything to show up in someone else's life. It doesn't cost to be human, and that's the thing that I think we're missing the most, is our humanity, is our ability to be human to each other. And so when you're on this pathway of entrepreneurship, or whether you're taking your trek back to Africa or whatever, there are certain things that you have to take with you, certain things that you have to pack in your bag, and there are certain things that you must leave behind. Okay? There are things that you must leave behind and things that you must take. And you have to figure out where in your humanity do those things serve yourself and serve others in the best possible way, right? So again, we're doing this meeting. Let me see. Okay, thank you, Black Butterfly. All right, Black Butterfly coming through. Hi, Glenda. How are you, beautiful? It was great having you here. Come back and see us again soon. Okay, and Mikidada is coming through to the meeting tonight. Yes, because this is serious stuff, right? I spent some time doing some research. I spent some time on the ground. I spent some time with the authorities to give me the green light for the things that I need to do. I spent some time looking at the market, analyzing the market, and seeing where are the gaps and what could fit into the market. And let me tell you, this is huge. There is a huge, huge, huge opportunity here. And not just necessarily from the perspective of the raw goods, but also from the finished good, from the finished product, right? So there is definitely a lot of room here for many things. The waters of Tanzania, as I said, is pristine. Most of the waters surrounding the coastal area is beautiful, clean, pristine waters, and so there's an opportunity to do many, many things, right? Let's see. How can I block this person? Yeah, there we go. Right. So yes. So if you would like to go ahead and make any donations by Cash App, please do that. I will send an email to the people who are looking to come to the meeting this evening. We're talking about an opportunity, and we're talking about gaps in the marketplace, gaps in the industry, where I've identified today. This is where I am today. I am at the position of the supplier. That's where I am. It's not exactly where I want to be because there is a lot more that can be done, right? But while I'm here and not a competitor to finished goods or a competitor to those of you who would like to do other things, while I'm in this position, let me push you to where this market can go. And then when I've established myself enough and I'm ready to go and light a fire for my packaged goods, I'll do that. So I'm looking for small investors, large investors, whatever it is that people want to do, entrepreneurs who are looking to step into this. This is a great opportunity. All right. So thank y'all so much for watching. Guamaka, please email me. Let me give you my email address again. So it is exodusafrica1@gmail.com. Let me keep that up there. So exodusafrica1@gmail.com. Okay? All right, y'all. Let me see. Okay. All right. Anyone have any questions before I go? I need a nap. All right. So I'm going to end this live now so that those people who didn't catch the live can go back over it, watch it, and see the information. We're doing our Zoom meeting this evening. There is a charge for the meeting because it is deeply researched information and it provides a lot of opportunities for people who would like to participate in this industry. Okay? All right. Thank you all so much for watching. Bye-bye. I'll tell you in an email, Catherine. All right. Bye-bye.